Okay, number 1. Here we go. We're going to solve this triangle. So we're going to find all the angles and all the sides. So first we want the measure of angle S. Enter your answer in degrees using DEG rounded to 1 decimal place. So this is weird. This 70 degrees goes with this angle. And then this is our 90 degree. Okay, so what do we know about triangles? They all add to 180. So if I want to find the measure of angle S, I'm going to take 180 minus the 90 minus the 70 and get 20. So when you type this in Desmos, you're going to do 20 and then type DEG. And when you do that, a little degree symbol is going to pop up. So make sure you write the degree or it's going to mark it wrong. Okay, B, what is RT? So we want to find this side. So let's look. We know the one across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. And then the other two depend on your angle of reference. So let's use the one we're given. Let's use 70 for angle R. So this side will be our opposite. And then the side we're trying to solve is the adjacent. So now we're going to use our trig functions, and to determine which one we need to look at what we're looking for and what we have. So we have the hypotenuse and we need the adjacent. So which trig function uses the adjacent and the hypotenuse? And you might need to go back and look at your 2.1 notes if you're not sure. But it is cosine. So cosine of some angle, we're going to use R, is equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. So let's plug in what we know. The angle is 70 degrees. The adjacent side, that's our unknown, that's our x, and the hypotenuse side is 22. So here's the setup, here's everything plugged in. Now we solve, so we need to get x by itself. So to get rid of a fraction, we multiply by the denominator. So I'm going to times both sides by 22, we're just left with x over here. And then here we have 22 times the cosine of 70. So this is a value that we're going to put in our calculator. So 22 times, if you go to function, there's your trig functions, or you can just type COS and it'll pick up the cosine of 70. Okay, so we are rounding to we're down here, 2 decimal places. So 7.52, we're not going to round up because that's a 4. Okay, so this side is 7.52. Now we want to find ST, so the remaining side right here. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing we just did. Oops. So, I'll move the whole thing, dang it. Let's see if I can move it back. There we go. So, we know the hypotenuse is 22 and we're trying to find the opposite. So we need the trig function that deals with the hypotenuse and the opposite. It's sine, and I'm going to use this same angle, R, because we know the value. So sine of R is opposite over hypotenuse, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fill in what we know. Well, R is 70 degrees. The opposite side is what we don't know. How about we call it X? Or Y. We already used X. Let's call it Y. Over the hypotenuse, which is 22. So now let's solve. And it's the exact same steps. We're going to multiply both sides by 22. But now we're going to calculate 22 times sine of 70, not cosine. So 22 times, and I'm just going to type SIN, parentheses 70. And we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, so 20.67.